Welcome back to this is our last speech of this semester. For my presentation, I decided I couldn't think of what I wanted to do, so I just decided what I usually won arguments about during high school and college. It took me a while to think about this because I win a lot, but I decided with this last one is why college athletes should not be paid. So I think that college athletes shouldn't be paid because they go to school for free, they get free living, they get free food, and they just play sports. They want to become professionals. They shouldn't be paid now. They should go to school, get their education, because only 0.25% of athletes actually make it professionally. So my first slide is why athletes feel they should be paid. In California, they passed a law saying that athletes should make money off their name, and college athletes should make money off their name right now. And they also believe that they're making money for the university. The athletes believe that they are making money for schools, but according to studies, schools are actually losing money. They from the scholarships, and they're losing an extra $150,000 every athlete that they give a scholarship to. My next slide is, where's the money? Where would the schools get the money for the athletes? As a fellow college student and myself, I know that college is expensive. Only 2 sports make money for colleges, and that's basketball and football. Other than that, no other sport makes money for the schools. So where would they get the money to pay those athletes that aren't making money for the school? And would they have to take the scholarships away from them, or would they just pay them extra and give them a free education? They just passed a law, or just passed a law last year saying that every 3rd assistant coach is volunteer, so they are not allowed to make money from those sports in baseball, softball, and volleyball. So if those coaches that are telling the players what to do aren't getting paid, so why should the students be paid? My next slide is, a free scholarship to go to school should count as getting paid. While these students are playing at their universities, they are also receiving a free education. So they're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of education for free, and they're barely keeping a 2.0 GPA. So why should they get paid to be there if it's just gonna go downhill from there, and they're just not gonna care about the education, they're gonna care about the money. They also get a check about every month to pay for their living and free food. And they also they get free food in all their dining areas at the campus, and My next slide, they will ruin traditions, and not a lot of school spirit will be there if players are just going just for the money. If a college athlete is paid, are they considered a college athlete or a paid professional athlete? I consider that a professional athlete. They become less of a classmate and more of just a professional that roams around the campus every day, and they would not take school as serious as they should. And why would students want to go to the games if there's no reason for it, if they're just going to watch professional athletes and they can go on Sundays and watch that also? This slide is high schoolers picking money over academics. As a high school student, you get to pick what school you want to go to if you are lucky enough to get offers. But if you start getting paid, would student athletes actually pick the right school, or would they just pick the school that they're making the most money out of, and then when they get there they wouldn't be as good as they think they are and lose all that money? No students choose on where they decide to spend the next 4 or so years of their life should be based off money. These students are too young to make a decision based off of money, especially when some students are making their choice their first 2 years of high school, and they still have 4 more years of school where they could easily change their mind. And what if they end up not liking the coach, not liking what position they're playing, and anything, and can't get the money where they're going? And then after 2 years, they try to go to the NFL, don't make it, go to MLB, then they don't make it. And I just don't think that's fair to anybody, the university or anything. So it's the end of my slide, but I just feel like athletes should not be paid in college. I feel like they are not professional, and they just need their education. They need to go live their life as a college student, not be thinking that they're all that and making money for the university when they're actually losing it. I think that all the students around them are gonna realize that they're not really as good as they are, and they'll just have a big head thinking that they're in college, but they're actually professionals. I also think that in college, you should just go have fun, and if you're getting your free food, you should not have to go out and eat at restaurants, go to the bars and have fun. You should just focus. If you want to be a professional athlete, then you should have fun and work your butt off to become a professional athlete. I don't think you should be one before you're supposed to. That's why there's a rule that in all professional sports that you have to go through college before you go and become a pro, and not just come straight out of high school into being a professional, other than in the MLB. That's the only one that thinks that. But you also, in the MLB, you have to go through a process before you are a pro. And yeah, thank you for listening.